Good morning, pregame crew. How are ya? It's Wednesday, October 15th, 8:21 a.m. Eastern Time, 6:21 a.m. Mountain Time. Good morning. Welcome to the pregame show. Thank you for being here. I missed y'all last week. We officially get started in 9 minutes. I jump on early to take a few chart requests, warm up the brain and mouth, do an audio visual check because we know I've had a problem with that in the last month. Good morning, Rachel. Hey, Shake and Bake. Fat In. Hey, Paula. Taxi Driver. Hunter. One-Liner. Aid. Tess. Good morning. Good morning. Mara. Mara for Hunter. All right. Mara still has a weekly squeeze that's squeezing. Let's pull a fib from this high to this low. We are at the 65% retrace. 2312 is the 65% retrace. From the last monthly high of 3028 to the low of 981. This would be a natural place for it to hesitate, slow down. Typically, not always, Mara, Riot, the miners, they need Bitcoin to move up in order to move up. Bitcoin is not moving up right now. It is moving down. So for me, Mara is a top fish up here. Yesterday's high, 2298, gives you a clear top fish level. So 2312 is the 0.65 retrace. You're looking for a daily higher low and plenty of room for a 4-hour higher low. But again, it would be hard for me to get excited about Mara without Bitcoin bouncing. That doesn't mean Mara can't go to the moon. It's just not where I would be looking for it to go to the moon. QSI. Double the normal volume yesterday. Lots of bag holders overhead. We got over this 218 resistance. 4-hour has enough room for a higher low. 4-hour 12 EMA is your bull guide. Yesterday's high, 226. That is the level to defend for bulls to potentially get a gap and go situation. Thank you, Aid. I don't know how that works, but I appreciate it. Thank you. Let me know if you have a chart request. And that's true. That's absolutely true. IWM could have a bigger impact than Bitcoin. Absolutely. We're just at that natural pausing place. Doesn't mean it will pause. Okay. You're welcome, Aton. Yay, Mal, you're here. Aton, weekly inside bar. Daily is resting on the daily 200 MA. We had this gap down here of 578. We did not fill it. We came within 13 cents of filling it. A daily higher low is more likely. This is a pump and dump. On a bounce, bears will be looking for a daily lower high. Hourly 50 MA is overhead. Pre-market support 650. RBLX. Roblox got over the daily 50 MA. Weekly inside bar bull break. Bounce from the weekly 12 EMA. 4-hour uptrend. We're up testing yesterday's high area. 137.43. You have plenty of room for a 4-hour higher low. I missed you last week. COAI. Binance. There's nothing bearish about new all-time highs, up 108%. When I see coins like this is musical chairs. Don't get caught without a chair. A chip in a chair. 15-minute 12 EMA is your bull guide. 5-minute 12 EMA is your short-term bull guide. Don't get caught without a chair. Y'all see how I say that with force? Why? Because I've been caught without a chair and it sucks. So 1956 is the 1.272 extension. We just hit that. Next target would be 2211, then 2343 on the fib extension target. Very much extended, but extended doesn't mean much. When you get extended like this and to move up to the upside, use your EMAs as your guide. 5-minute 12 EMA is your bull guide. ACI. Albertsons. You Idaho girl, you Paula. They had earnings. They're having a good move on earnings. Bounce. A weekly lower high is more likely. Divvy date is Friday the 24th. You're looking for a daily higher low and a 4-hour higher low from the earnings. Anything above 1831 keeps a bull flag alive. You're not gapping up. It's had a great move. This could be a digestion day. And remember, things can consolidate in two ways. They can consolidate in time, which digests sideways, which is great for bulls, or it can consolidate to the downside. You want it to consolidate sideways for a healthy potential 4-hour bull flag. AQMS, and then I'll get started. Had a big day yesterday. I don't know what type of metal name this is. Earnings, the 30th. 4-hour 12 EMA is your bull guide. 200% move yesterday. You would anticipate that this thing would consolidate. Will it consolidate in time versus price? And here's the question you ask yourself. Let's say you are a holder from down here. Let's say you're even a holder from here. If you get 200% in one day, what are you going to do? I hope you're taking profits. So just understand that there will be profit taking. You've lost the hourly 12 EMA trying to reclaim it. A 4-hour lower high compared to yesterday's high is more likely. All right, LAC is gapping up. MSTR doesn't look that great. Bitcoin is down a bit. All righty. Let me check. I have a message. I am a funky monkey, ain't I? I'm good. It's funny, yesterday I was doing my hip hop reference and I said, I guess that's what I'm good for, technical analysis and hip hop references. I just like to be self-deprecating. It's my shtick. I'm good though. Thank you for asking, my friend. All right, ES. Let's get started with the show. Good morning. Welcome to the pregame show. Who am I? This is who I am. I'm Chart Gal Lori. I'm part of the Chart Guys community and we teach technical analysis. If you want to give me a follow on X at Chart Gal Lori, I will not tweet you to death. Matter of fact, I need to start tweeting more. Yesterday was the day to tweet that SPY bottom that we got to witness live at 9:45 a.m. yesterday while I was live streaming. That was just a beautiful move. All right, so what I do here on Wednesdays, I show you this table, and this is a table where I came up with this as a way for me to communicate to you how things are looking, and obviously we're looking more bullish than bearish. These exclamation points were from yesterday. I left them on there as a reminder. That double top on that VIX monthly, that was everything. It helped me so much with that SPY reversal call yesterday. Bitcoin is bearish. I think we need to take note of that. Is that a sign of things to come? And then semis are stronger this morning than they were yesterday. The market had a beautiful bounce yesterday without a lot of participation from semis. Semis are green today. Are semis going to take the baton for a continued move up on ES? Possibly. All right, on the 4 hour, we have this uptrend line. I am not a huge trend line person unless they're super obvious. We have broken bull on this 4 hour on ES. We haven't gotten a ton of follow through. On the daily, I'll remove this line now so you can see. On the daily, we're looking for a lower high compared to 68.12. Odds favor a lower high. Hourly is approaching overbought. Hourly overbought, looking for a daily lower high with this clear trend line. For me, it's just an area to be cautious on ES. I am more cautious this morning than I was yesterday. We are not getting over 25.04425 on NQ. We are not getting over that level. So you got NQ with a clear resistance level. We have a 12-hour equilibrium. 12-hour equilibrium. One thing I forgot. Go back to econ events. We don't have oil inventory scheduled for today like normal because of the government shutdown. Our CPI, a lot of our data just keeps getting pushed back. And I don't know what the protocol is. Will they release it all at once? I doubt it. I would assume they would just stagger it out, but just recognize we don't have a lot of data moving the market right now because the scheduled data points are not being released. All right, so NQ has a clear resistance level, 12-hour equilibrium. RTY, I drew this for yesterday's market recap video, and my words exactly were, we've got a broadening formation forming on the Russell. However, bearish patterns typically are less reliable in blue sky breakout. When you see rising wedges, broadening formations, head and shoulder patterns, they are less reliable in blue sky breakout. And that's exactly what's happening now. We're getting a bull break. Russell is the leader. Follow the leader. RTY is getting its groove on. Dow, it's getting its groove on. Look at this 4-hour uptrend on Dow. We had Bank of America earnings this morning. Bull push, bull reaction. And we had Morgan Stanley earnings this morning. Bull reaction. So we have XLF. I feel like I'm yelling. Hey, Tim. Is that the Tim? The Tim? Nexus Traders, so good to see you. Thank you. I appreciate it. You know, in team meetings, you know, the buzzword is cadence. You need a cadence. And I feel like in trading, you need a cadence. You need a systematic way of approaching the market to understand what's working. Dan doesn't normally he looks at VIX, but he doesn't use it in his SPY analysis. And he's an amazing trader, the best I know. Lamont is phenomenal, and he uses volume profile in a beautiful way. I don't use volume profile, and he and I can arrive at the same conclusion using different components. Recognize what works for you, what fits in your brain, and watch the data. And when it consistently works for you and it meshes with how your analytical brain works, use that. Am I going to say volume profile doesn't work? Heck no, volume profile is amazing. It's just not something that I've attempted to put it into my flow. It doesn't flow for me. Elliott Wave doesn't flow for me. I've tried pitchforks. It doesn't flow for me. Find what works for you, what makes sense, and then watch the consistent, reliable patterns and go with it. XLF is gapping up. XLF looks to be a leader today, and then SMH. SMH is gapping up. SMH did not participate yesterday. We had a red day on SMH despite a huge market bounce. SMH didn't help us. Well, if SMH is going to help, XLF has a tailwind, then we need to recognize the sectors that are working. XLP is gapping up. XLC was a big bouncer yesterday. That helped us. XLC is looking for a weekly higher low. So XLC looking for a monthly higher low, a weekly higher low. We're in a daily downtrend bouncing from the daily 50 MA. I like XLC long here. We're gapping up by 2 pennies. That's not a major gap up. Bears will be looking for a daily low or high. However, I would anticipate something like this with that XLC weekly bull flag for formation. Okay, get back to the rhythm, the cadence. We went over SMH and how it's participating. VIX, I drew this line yesterday. This monthly resistance from June, 22.75. Yesterday we hit 22.94. 19 cents does not a bull break make. That is a monthly double top with June, and that's exactly where we bounce from on the market. Right here, 7:45 a.m. Mountain Time, right there. Now let's go look at SPY. 7:45, right there. That's where we found the bottom on the market. And we were just compiling data. I was typing it on the screen as to the reasons that was likely the reversal point. So let's go back to VIX. VIX helped us there. It helped us find a bottom in the market by finding a top on VIX. Now, can the same thing be said to be true for finding a potential top on the market? Yesterday's low, 19.18. We have a double bottom with that level right now. So I have my alert set right there. Actually, I need to set another alert, 19.18. VIX is coming down. 15-minute 12 EMA is overhead. 19.18 is the line in the sand for market bears to have a glimmer of hope. Hang Seng was nice and green overnight. No, you're not, Mal. See, you're self-deprecating too. DAX was green overnight. Bitcoin is red. We have a 4-hour equilibrium, 109.945 is your key support on Bitcoin, 4-hour 12 EMA overhead. I've been talking 20 minutes and I'm just going to stop. I'm going to stop right here and I'm going to start typing. Okay, VIX 19.18 key level for market bears to watch. ES has a 4-hour trend line, tiny higher highs without follow through. We have NQ 25.04425. Key resistance, bears need to defend. Bitcoin is weak, 4-hour 12 EMA overhead. So I typed all of this up yesterday for a potential market reversal. I'm typing all of this up for a potential topping pattern in the market. And here are the things that are feeding that. What's a fly in the ointment? What's the flies in the ointment? That's what my grandma would say. Problems for market bears. SMH. XLF, XLP, and XLC. These are the problems for the market bears. So here's the good things for the market bears, and here's the problems. And I would say SMH is the biggest variable today, and then VIX I will be watching closely. I hope that helps give you the structure of the market. Ethereum bouncing a little bit better than Bitcoin. We got a little 4-hour higher high, but quick rejection. Not really burning the house down. Dollar, we're looking for a daily higher low. This looked like a little inverse head and shoulders forming. Oh, let me go back to my list. I did it on Bitcoin, right? Another problem for bears is Tesla, potential 4-hour inverse head and shoulders / weekly bull flag. That's another problem for market bears. Okay, gold, new all-time high last night. There is nothing bearish about new all-time highs. Nothing. All right, oil is weak. A monthly higher low is more likely. We don't have oil inventory today. That's a binary event that could help oil, but we don't have it. 4-hour 12 EMA overhead. Make it simple. As long as 4-hour 12 EMA overhead, oil bears are in control. And you could say the same thing for gold in the opposite way. As long as 4-hour 12 EMA below price, bulls are in control. Simple, 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 simple. Nat gas is weak. 4-hour 12 EMA overhead. All right, I need to move a little faster. Apple is gapping up. Oop, we need to add that to our Bitcoin list, our list of problems for market bears. That's another problem for the market bears. Apple gapping up. All right, so Apple, we're looking for a weekly higher low. There is nothing wrong with this chart. Nothing. Daily inside bar breaking bull. 4-hour resistance, 250.32. We're getting over that right now. On the daily, a lower high is more likely. Now remember, we also have the potential for tweets, China news. So just understand that there's a little bit less structure in the market. Or I shouldn't say that. There's a little more uncertainty in the market with this new China headline. Apple's gapping up. Gap rules apply. As long as 248.85 holds, bulls are in control. Amazon, we have a 12-hour equilibrium on Amazon. Amazon had this megaphone broadening formation where you're getting these higher highs and lower lows without follow through. If I'm an Amazon bull, I am happy. As long as this daily 200 MA is holding, I'm a happy camper. Or I'm a more confident camper, I should say. 4-hour 12 EMA still overhead on Amazon. NVIDIA is just below yesterday's high. Just below it. On the weekly, we're looking for a higher low. Look where we're bouncing from. Daily 50 MA. And we had a broadening formation here. Lower lows without a ton of follow through. Higher highs without a ton of follow through. NVDA 4-hour 12 EMA is overhead. 4-hour EQ. Queen of the Mountain. App could be a top fish. We're looking for a daily lower high. I'd like for hourly to get overbought. Let me set an alert for that. My first attempt idea at a short would be against 60183. If not, then I'm waiting for hourly overbought. This has rising wedge behavior. Higher highs without a ton of follow through. It had bearish news last week. Galaxy, I don't like this as much anymore. I'm moving it. Yeah, I'm moving Galaxy. MU, we have an upgrade this morning, I believe. Let me confirm. Yeah, upgrade. We have a 4-hour equilibrium and we have a squeeze on MU. 4-hour equilibrium. Makes it nice and straightforward. Net has this 4-hour squeeze, 4-hour equilibrium, daily bounce from the 50 MA, daily high compression squeeze. I like net. We've got some big ranges. We may have to get a 4-hour lower high first and then tighten up. This may be a trade for tomorrow. I'm still watching it. ONDS, 4-hour EQ, gapping up. Yesterday's high, 1056, is what bulls want to hold for potential gap and go situation. Tesla, now it's gapping up. Tesla has a potential weekly bull flag. Bear volume wasn't ideal. Upper wick wasn't ideal. I would still call it a potential weekly bull flag. Daily downtrend, small bear breaks, and then we have this 4-hour potential inverse head and shoulders. And we have a squeeze on the 4-hour. I like Tesla long. Bulls need to defend 43420 for potential move up. So those are my Queen of the Mountain trades, RX. I just want to call this one out. Y'all look at this volume yesterday on the 30-minute. Hello. I didn't even look to see if they had news. Look at that volume. Almost 2.5 times the average volume. We have a gap up. A daily lower high is possible. I would call this a daily double bottom off the daily 50 MA. 630 is resistance. And it may look something like this, where you get a daily high or low and then you take it out. This chart looks good. Weekly squeeze. Thank you, Dragon Man. You're welcome, Joe. Again, thank you for being here, Tim. In the middle. Yep, those yellow bars are inside bars. MSOS has double daily inside bars. Getting tight. D-Pro, I believe, is a Canadian drone name. Please confirm. D-Pro does, yeah, it has a CSE name. So I think this is a Canadian drone name. Double daily inside bars, breaking bull. You would want 1371 to hold for a potential gap and go situation. All right. That's it for me. I'm going to go boot up the live stream for our members. Thank you so much for being here. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, notify button, and hit a good button. Thank you so much again for being here. I appreciate it. Use stop losses.